Lovage plant. Lovage is probably one of the most versatile herbs there is, and is by far one of my favorites. If you take a look, its leaves look very similar to celery. In fact, it's in the same family. I like to describe it as being a cross between. After that, it's a appetite enhancer, and it's actually used by several companies in their soup mixes as a replacement for MSG, and it's very, very good. It's tasty. I like to put it into my things like my seasoned salt blends. I like to use it in my rubs. It's very versatile and often misunderstood herb. It's a perennial herb, and as you can see by this plant was planted from seed earlier this spring. When using lovage, I separate it into two components. You have your stem, which is too woody to really eat normally, but I dry it and then I grind it into a powder. And the second part is the leaves. Now you can use the leaves as they are, or you can put them into soups and the like, even eat them in a salad. They're very good that way. I dry them and I use them all winter. This is what it looks like when they're dried. And then I just crush them up as I use them into soups and into rubs. This is what the stems look like when they're all dried. And then I take the stems and I make them into a fine powder. And I just use one of these little blenders, and doesn't take very long. Okay, so I don't know if you can see inside there, but there's still some stems in there. What I do, and see that was full, that's what you end up with, just that little bit of an amount. What I do is I take it and I have a little strainer. I just strain out those big stems with the strainer, and then I put them back in for further processing. You want to make sure that you use a blade in there that's got the upward swirl like that. It helps with the grinding process. Now, lovage is very simple to grow, and we'll focus back in on the plant. You just need to give it a little bit of fertilizer in the spring. It'll come up. Like I said, this is just this year's plant. Next year it'll double in size, and there'll be a lot more out of it. I've actually got a couple of pots like this, and then I have some that I got from my mother as well, growing. That's an older plant, and that is lovage. Give it a try. Everybody should grow that in their garden, in my humble opinion anyways.